About a month ago, I went to the dentist and was basically told that I had a whole shit ton of problems in my mouth that would cost me $3,000 to fix. A year ago, this would have spiraled my entire financial life and probably put me in debt that I would be paying off for the next couple of years. And the same is true for most Americans, because most Americans don't even have $5,000 of emergency savings that they can use if something pops up. But last month when this happened to me, all it was a minor inconvenience, because through implementing these 5 money habits that I'm going to share with you today, I've been able to reach a level of financial stability in my life that allows me to not really have to worry about pop-up expenses.
Baby, but you know I'm about to keep you up. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm about to teach you something.
Disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. Number 1, invest in financial literacy. You just don't know what you don't know. I think the most basic form of financial literacy is just knowing what things cost. Knowing how much things cost at the grocery store. Knowing what type of lifestyle you want and how much those things cost. So what area do you want to live in? What kind of apartment or home do you want to have? How much is a mortgage on that? How much is rent on that? What kind of car do you want to drive? What do you want to have freedom to buy without worrying about? This is kind of a concept that Ramit Sethi talks about in like the Your Rich Life concept. Just giving yourself the freedom to actually think about the things that you want in your life and how much they cost. And that's your version of a rich life. And from there, you can kind of reverse engineer how much money you need to fund that by understanding how much that costs and then how much you need to make to get there. In addition to that, you need to understand basic financial concepts like how investing and debt work. You need to understand the psychology of money and how your mindset around money either helps or hinders your ability to create wealth. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you're already interested in the topic, so great job, but I'm just some random girl on the internet, and you probably also want to check with some experts on the subject. 2 books I'd recommend on the topic are Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover and Ramit Sethi's I Will Teach You How to Be Rich. And if you prefer learning through video and you want to stay on YouTube, 2 channels that I'd recommend are Nisha and The Financial Bro. 2, invest in skills that make money. The only way to build wealth is by growing the gap between what you make and what you keep. And the gap is what you get to use to reinvest into your life. You can nickel and dime your way through life if you want to, but there is a limit to how much you can cut back on expenses. But there's not really a limit on how much money you can make. So focusing on how to make more money and building skills that will help you make more money immensely increases your ability to build wealth by expanding your potential for high-paying jobs, entrepreneurial pursuits, and freelance opportunities. When trying to build wealth, there are 2 types of skills that you want to focus on building. The first is the thing that you will actually exchange for money, like the ability to code, the ability to fix cars or create beautiful artwork that people will buy, build websites, bake cookies, I don't know. The second kind of skill is learning how to get people to actually engage in that exchange of value with you. So learning how to interview well, how to network on LinkedIn, how to pitch to potential customers. Don't overlook these second kind of skills because they can exponentially increase your ability to make money by increasing the amount of people you're able to work with or do business with. Number 3, budget diligently. We just talked about growing the gap by increasing your income, but if every time you make more money, you're spending more money, you're never gonna grow the gap anyway. Getting in the habit of keeping track of your expenses and accounting for where every dollar goes will give you visibility into your spending habits so that you can identify which ones are and aren't in alignment with your financial goals. If you're interested in learning more about how I budget, you can check out this video where I shared how I was able to save $10,000 in 1 year through my budgeting plan. Number 4, build an emergency savings. Once you have more money coming in than going out, that gives you an opportunity to create a cushion for yourself so that you can cover emergency expenses. This could be something minor like a parking ticket, or something a bit more annoying like $3,000 at the dentist, or something really serious like losing your job or having to get surgery. Knowing that you have the money to be okay when these things pop up is priceless. Dave Ramsey advises that if you're in debt, you start off with just a $1,000 emergency savings goal. The standard advice is to save about 3 to 6 months of your expenses if you have a stable, steady job and 12 months if you are a freelancer or a gig worker or have your own business. From personal experience, I've built an emergency savings of $20,000, and I can tell you, like, the feeling is unmatched just knowing that, like, there's a safety net if something happens. I know that if anything comes up, or even if I lose my job, I'm good for at least 6 months. And number 5, make smart decisions about debt. Debt is a necessary evil for most Americans, but that doesn't change the fact that poor uses of debt can be detrimental to building wealth. Take the time to really understand APR, annual percentage rate, and APY, annual percentage yield. I think learning the difference between APR and APY is when debt really clicked for me and I started making better decisions with borrowing money and using credit cards and investing and saving money. APR is basically the rate at which you will be charged for borrowing money, and APY, or annual percentage yield, is the amount that you will gain by lending money to a bank, or the potential you will gain from investing money in stock market or any other investment. High debt can lower your credit score, which essentially can cost you more when you do need to borrow money. For example, someone with a high credit score may be able to borrow a car with a 5% interest rate, while someone with poor debt may need to borrow at a 9% interest rate, which can cost you thousands of dollars down the line. Also, when borrowing money, you have to consider the opportunity costs of paying interest on the money you borrowed and what you could be doing with that money instead. So the difference between carrying a balance on a 20% interest rate credit card every month versus being able to put that in a high interest savings account, or even investing that money and being able to yield the return instead of paying someone else basically the yield on their return. So those are the 5 financial habits that have helped me tremendously with creating financial stability in my life, creating a $20,000 emergency savings account while still being able to enjoy my life and the little luxuries that make me happy. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more money videos from me, let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you have any financial tips to share, let me know in the comments down below. And otherwise, I will see you in another video. Bye.